Hey, it's me. This is the Prison Break pilot rant video that I promised like 2 days ago. Oops. Um, Sorry about the quality of this. It's on my tablet. My phone died and I can't get it fixed. Uh, so if I look weird, it's because the camera is like, I'd have to turn it like this to make it look like I was actually looking at the camera, and that's really uncomfortable. So I'm just like staring blankly. That's cool. But anyway, so here we go. I want to start off by saying that I actually really enjoyed the pilot. There were just things in it that kind of made me go, what? If you're going to rate a prison show, you should at least, read up on how prisons work and, diabetes. That would be nice. But anyway, yeah, so there are going to be spoilers because you can't talk about a show without spoiling it. Sorry. Anyway, so Prison Break is the very sad story about a man named Michael whose brother has been put in prison for the murder of the vice president's brother, I think. Yeah, and I can't remember his brother's name, but anyway, that's not important. It really isn't. So anyway, the guy, Michael, the guy who goes to prison, Michael Schofield, engineers a plan to get in prison to get his brother out because he was one of the people that designed the prison. So he knows all the ways to get in and out, and he has the prison plans tattooed on his body. Yeah, a lot of dedication to his brother. Brotherly love, my friends. But anyway, so he does this by committing a bank robbery, which is a federal offense, and he ends up in state prison. A level 5 state prison. Now, I don't know if you're up on your criming, but I read a lot, and I know for a fact that bank robbery is a federal offense. You'd go to federal prison. That's just the way the system works. And there are no level 5 state prisons because there are only 3 levels to a state prison and 5 for a federal prison. So right away that doesn't work. But okay, whatever. For the sake of enjoying the show, I'm pretending that it's in an alternate universe, so like none of this matters because otherwise it's like, wow. Okay, so the other thing is that kind of relates to his prison is that his lawyer is visiting him during visiting hours, which is not a thing. If you're a prisoner, you have the right to your lawyer at like basically any time. I mean, you can refuse to see the lawyer, but I mean, they're not subject to just visiting hours. That would be really stupid and inconvenient. So I don't know, maybe it's a corrupt prison that like threatens to beat you if you show up at times during that are not visiting hours. I don't know. I mean, prison system is pretty corrupt, so that could totally be a thing. The other thing is that in order to get visits to a doctor, so he can basically shove things down a grate in the doctor's office, I guess, he pretends to have diabetes 1. Now, the thing about diabetes 1 is that you have to constantly maintain your blood sugar with insulin injections. So basically this requires like 4 or 5 insulin injections a day. Okay, so obviously you would not be going to a doctor's office 5 times a day just to get your insulin injections. I mean, that's not something that requires doctors to do. I've known 9-year-old diabetics who gave themselves injections. Like, all you have to do is measure it out, and like a prison guard could do it, which I'm guessing is the way it's regularly done. But I know for a fact that it wouldn't be done by a medical doctor. That's ridiculous and a waste of resources. Now, to get more specific, the doctor used a hypodermic needle for an insulin injection. Don't know if you know much about diabetes, but the needles are tiny. They're really small because it's a subcutaneous injection. You basically inject into the fat. So basically, this doctor, she's giving this poor guy an intramuscular injection, like presumably 4 or 5 times a day. That that's a that's horrible. I mean, like, a tetanus shot is an IM injection. Can you imagine how much that would hurt to, like, have somebody sticking you into the muscle with a needle, like, 5 times a day? That's just awful. And I was like, whoa, this doctor is horrible. It's a corrupt prison. That's that's how I'm winging it. And crap, there was something else that was really weird about it. That was just like, hey, that does not happen. That's not a thing. But yeah, I had to get outside off my chest. I was ranting about this to my husband early in the morning. He's like, yeah, yeah, that's right. But I have to say I enjoyed what I saw, and if you can get past these things, which are not actually things in the real world, you might enjoy it. I recommend it for what I saw. I just saw the first episode, and I was like, I have to complain about how little sense this makes. So yeah, that's the thing. Okay, bye.